that, of course, is a story for another day, and I'll see you, and we'll talk about that down the road. Welcome, wrestling fans. You got the show Bill Schuyler here at One Wrestling NXT News and Reviews. We are coming at you from Orlando, Florida, Full Sail University for the inaugural Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. This harkens back to the days of the NWA with the Jim Crockett Memorial Cup, where you had tag teams consisting of established teams and also teams that came together specifically just for the tournament. Such is the case here in NXT. We open up with a return to the NXT arena, the Ascension, the longest reigning NXT tag team in history, going up against the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin, and Rhyno. Yes, Rhyno and Baron Corbin, two former opponents that literally hated each other and had a massive war earlier in this year, teaming up together against the Ascension. Connor and Victor took it to Rhyno and Corbin like they owed them money. They beat them from pillar to post. It just seemed that Rhyno and Corbin could not get the upper hand on the Ascension, except for brief, ever so brief moments during this match. The Ascension looked like the team they used to be and failed up on the main roster with Raw and SmackDown. But for their mistake, only took one, and the Ascension got gored. Rhyno taking out the big man, and your winners in the Tag Classic, Rhyno and Baron Corbin, will be moving on to the next bracket. We then had a promo with Adrian Neville, the man that Gravity forgot, and his tag team partner for the Classic, Solomon Crow. Crow took over this promo, this interview, if you will. Just really off the wall, all over the place. Neville just seemed truly befuddled by Crow's brashness, his craziness on the mic, if you will, and said he agrees with Crow that they were going to win, but other than that, he seemed a little perplexed with Solomon Crow. Our next match was a Divas match. Alexa Bliss looking to gain revenge against Leva Bates, aka you know her better as the Discount Diva Blue Pants. Alexa Bliss went all over Blue Pants, taking her from one end of the ring to the next and giving her a lesson in professional wrestling. Blue Pants could not get on the page, and Alexa just continued to work her over physically and then also scientifically, getting her in submission holes and the like. The crowd was solidly behind Blue Pants, cheering for her, Blue Pants City, but all that did nothing to help Blue Pants in achieving victory over Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss would hit the Sparkle Splash for the 1, the 2, and the 3, and your winner, Alexa Bliss. We then are in the office of General Manager William Regal, and he's speaking to the one, the only Johnny Gargano. That's right, Dragon Gate USA, one of the longest reigning champions in that division, that unit of Dragon Gate USA, and also from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. And then Tommaso Ciampa standing alongside of him. Ring of Honor, you know him well. Would it be that this is a tag team for the Classic? It turns out that that's exactly what was going on, as Tyler Breeze interrupted William Regal and saying that he appreciated getting the top-ranking Jushin Thunder Liger as his opponent at TakeOver Brooklyn, but that he needs a real tag team partner, somebody special for him to able to move on in the Classic and take home the win. Regal seems a little miffed about him interrupting, and actually says, since you were interrupting Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in this, I think I've come up with a proper tag team partner for you. It would be Bull Dempsey. Not the name Tyler Breeze wanted to hear. Tyler was furious and then just said, forget about it, I'll win anyway, and off he left. And then it went back, and it was indeed confirmed that Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, will face Tyler Breeze and Bull Dempsey on next week's NXT. I am looking forward to that match big time. I've been waiting for Gargano and Ciampa to come in, and they should make a big splash here in NXT. We then had Apollo Crews going up against a Martin Stone, who I am unfamiliar with. They said he is from England. I'll take their word for it, and I'll basically take my word that there was no way Martin Stone was going to defeat Apollo Crews. And although this match did go for a while, letting both men get off and show what their talents were, Apollo Crews' talents were just so much more incredible, and he just dominated and destroyed Martin Stone at the end with his gorilla press standing moonsault finish of his, and it was over and done with. 1, 2, 3. Apollo Crews continues. Looking forward for Apollo Crews actually getting some real talent to go up against to see how great he really can be. I actually was hoping he was going to be in the tag team tournament, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Then we had a great promo by Jason Jordan and Chad Gable. I love these two guys. They are a legitimate tag team. They have a little bit of angst amongst themselves, but they're two of the best wrestlers on the NXT roster right now that most people don't really know. Chad Gable, an Olympian. Jason Jordan, an outstanding collegiate athlete, as far as I'm pretty sure it was college, but I know he was outstanding in high school, and I'm almost positive it was in the collegiate levels. They have a team angle like look and attitude about them, and they would be going up against, well, we'll get to that because that's going to be your main event. But we then had Finn Balor talking about the Texas tour, him defending his title all throughout the Lone Star State, and then Samoa Joe coming out to see his tag team partner here in the Dusty Rhodes Classic. They will be wrestling next week up against the Lucha Dragons. I'll tell you what, Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, I don't look kindly upon any team that's going to have to face them in the ring. We'll see where they go on this next week. Next week is already shaping up to be a heck of a show. We then had who I refer to as Eva Marie. This is a beverage break time for me, but I did stay through it for you guys and watched her wrestle Billie Kay. Watched Billie Kay carry this entire match. Eva Marie is horrible. I have no bones about saying it. She even appeared to have botched and not kicked out of her 3 count, and Billie Kay had to make the move for her. Yes, it seemed like Billie Kay was wrestling this entire match. They could have put a red wig on a mop handle and had her wrestle the mop or the broom, if you will, in the ring. And there have been much more offense coming from the broom. Why they're pushing Eva Marie down here, I don't know. They should have just cut their losses and either just left her on the Divas TV show, or I just want her to go back to Raw and be up there with people of her caliber like the Bellas, not down here in NXT or even up against former NXT talent that are rising to the occasion in Raw and SmackDown up on the main rosters. That's being shout outs to Charlotte, Team PCB, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, any and all. And again, Eva Marie, why she's still even in the WWE, I don't know. And we had our main event, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable going up against the man that gravity forgot, Adrian Neville and Solomon Crow. I'm loving it already. Gable and Jordan in matching tag team outfits. This is like a legit tag team, not somebody just thrown together and not thought about. These guys wrestled all over Neville and Crow. They kept Crow in for the majority of this match. The couple times that Neville got in, he was not able to really showcase his abilities, and then Crow tagged himself back in the match, and Gable and Jordan kept him in that match for the rest of its duration, and they out-wrestled, outclassed, and just outmanned Solomon Crow. Neville looking very upset on the outside turnbuckles, wanting to get into this match, unable to do so, and with the assisted German suplex, they have that yet named it yet, but Gable and Jordan hit it on Solomon Crow for the 1, 2, and 3, and your winner and my pick for going in and taking the win in the Dusty Classic, Jordan and Gable, because what? They're willing and Gable. Loving it. These guys are cocky, they're arrogant. The only thing that I know some will have a thing that Chad Gable is a bit on the smaller side. He would be so perfect if they had a cruiserweight division. Triple H, anybody in NXT that would hear this, get a cruiserweight division going in NXT, and or up on the main roster on its own. Not even NXT. Let them strive for it, and your smaller, more agile high flyers could just raise themselves up on that main roster through that cruiser division. With that, again, we got a heck of a show lined up for next week. And then we have, there's talk out there for New Japan Pro Wrestling and the WWE going further into wrestling events, possibly in 2016. Looking forward to working with the NXT talent, possibly stepping up through bigger pay windows and a bigger Western PR machine with arenas, stadiums, pay-per-views, and the like. I think New Japan may be looking to break away from, say, Ring of Honor and Global Force Wrestling and team up with the WWE. That would allow them to bring in all types of talent without being contractually obligated. And then if it works out, perhaps they would make their way into the WWE. This would allow a team such as the Bullet Club, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, the Young Bucks, AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, these kind of gaijin coming in and having the opportunity to wrestle for the WWE while still working for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Plus the Japanese stars themselves, Tanahashi, Nakamura, Okada, Ibushi, them wrestling up against the WWE talent would be phenomenal. Just a fantastic type of special event situation that would have, I think, fans is chomping at the bit to pay either the $9.99 to go see them live, whatever it would be. I think WWE and New Japan are a perfect match for each other. Not to mention having the WWE performers going over into Japan, which is already being talked about, and actually wrestling up against this New Japan talent in the Tokyo Dome and the like throughout the Japans, and then having a major pay-per-view. Big bucks, and something that wrestling fans definitely have been clamoring for some time. And other than that, I don't have any other big news going on. The biggest news I had was waiting for Gargano and Ciampa to come in, and they showed up tonight, and those guys are going to light up NXT. Definitely see gold in the future for both of these gentlemen. And of course, Apollo Crews, I feel, is going to be NXT champion this year. And with that, follow me. Got me at You Got the Show on Twitter, at One Wrestling. Follow Bill Apter at Apter One Wrestling, and hit him up on YouTube at the Apter Chat. And to my Can-Am Wrestling brothers at the Can-Am Wrestling Show, that's right, Andre_Corbeil, Big Ray of Big Ray's show. Shout outs also to Billy Ray Hustle, Billy Ray Valentine. Follow him on Twitter, the Professor Hustle. I throw it out to you. And check out at your favorite bookseller is Wrestling Fixed. I didn't know it was broken. Bill Apter, wrestling icon, now wrestling author. Fantastic book. Get your hands on it. It's something that you're going to just be lost in, and reading everything that Bill Apter's been part of and behind the scenes with throughout his entire career surrounding the Squared Circle. Again, I am the show. You got the show. Bill Schuyler. Follow me on Twitter, and I will see you down the road.